Great to see you. And we're going to be talking about the Wolverhampton Community Lottery.
Yeah, so we've recently launched the Community Lottery at Wolverhampton Voluntary and Community Action, and we are an organisation, charity, works in the city that supports other voluntary organisations, other charities. Obviously, everybody's been hard hit by the pandemic, and that goes for charities and community organisations. So we're looking at ways really to help people boost their fundraising and give them a way that they can actually increase what they might have coming in post-pandemic particularly. And we have teamed up with an organisation called Gatherwell, who run community lotteries around the UK.
Right, OK. Where did the idea come from? Someone must have sat down and said, oh, Wolverhampton, let's have our own lottery.
I think Gatherwell obviously run them all over the place. They approached us to see whether we'd be interested in running it, and as we're sort of the infrastructure organisation for the voluntary sector, we jumped at the chance. We thought it was a great idea. We could see the benefit that this could bring to non-profits, large and small, whatever size, across the city. It's a good way of bringing in some regular fundraising, and it's actually really easy to do.
Right.
It's a brilliant idea, isn't it? Because I saw one a couple of months ago for like Diabetes UK. They're doing it, aren't they? And there are some animal charities that are doing it. So yeah, it's definitely something that's growing.
It keeps the money in the city as well.
Yeah,
it does. We're all for the Wolverhampton Pound, and there's some great, national causes. But ultimately, I think people are quite keen to support a grassroots organisation they can see doing the work where they live. It might be that people have benefited from a service, from a charity or a community organisation, or they just really believe in the cause. So it's a good way. And if you're buying tickets, you can split your money between causes, so you can support more than one good cause when you buy your tickets.
So can you specify then when you buy your ticket? You
can, yeah. So at the moment we've got just over 40 local causes, all kinds of things, literally from, as I say, animal charities to we've got a school on there, scouts, community centres, gardening groups, absolutely everything. And if you want to buy more than one ticket a week, tickets are £1 a week, you can support more than one organisation. So I'm supporting a couple, for example, that I'm involved with and support, and I'm splitting my money across the good causes.
That sounds really, really good, doesn't it?
That is really fantastic.
I think, again, people feel that it's not just going to a central pot, and a lot of money, I think, goes into the lottery, the national lottery, from people in Wolverhampton. Sometimes the poorest areas trying to buy the dream, and here it's about trying to support your local charities and your local organisations that people know people who work there.
It is indeed, as I say, there are lots of grassroots good causes, some who are really small operations, and this is a way that they can fundraise, and as an individual you can kind of support, say, people that you're seeing doing the work. We love the National Lottery, it's great, and the funding that comes to that's really useful.
We better say that in case we're going for some, haven't we?
Well, the money comes from the lottery into Wolverhampton.
I was going to say, we as those who work in voluntary centre organisations, then we ought to sort of say, yeah, we love your lottery. OK, we'll move on now.
But both have their place, don't they? But with this local lottery, it means that people know when they buy the ticket exactly where the money's going to before they even buy the ticket. Whereas probably with the big lottery, people are applying for funding and you would only know where that money was going to afterwards when you see who's been funded by the lottery. Precisely.
And I think you can get involved and you can support a cause that you've actually seen in action or benefited from. The split is actually really generous as well. So for every £1 ticket that's sold, 50 pence goes to your chosen cause, your good cause. Another 10 pence then goes to a central fund which is split between those causes. So in £1, 60p is actually going direct to the causes as well.
That's quite high, isn't it?
It is. I think it's probably a higher percentage than most other lotteries, certainly in terms of community lotteries. 20 pence goes towards prize money, to the prize pot, and then the other 20 pence in £1 goes towards the running costs, VAT, all that kind of stuff. So 60p from every £1 goes directly to good causes working in the city.
That's really good to hear how that's split down. And also, just thinking about that, there's a different mindset, isn't there, when you're actually purchasing a ticket? Whereas I think, just personally, if you're buying a national lottery ticket, you're thinking about the big win for yourself. Whereas I think these more local lotteries, you're actually thinking about how can I support a good cause?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's not to say that you don't win, because there's a jackpot of 25 grand that you could potentially win, and other cash prizes. So there is something in for you, but it's almost a kind of incentivised giving. The kind of the reason for doing it is to support the causes, and hopefully you'll get lucky and win some cash along the way.
You've got a 1 in 50 chance of winning, not the 25k. That's the big prize, but again, it's better chances of just getting something back as well.
It is, yeah. 1 in 50 chance of winning anything, and there's a mixture of cash prizes. prizes. There are also monthly bolt-on prizes, so you can win an extra prize. So our first draw a couple of weeks ago, we had an iPad up for grabs and someone won an iPad, and then in a couple of weeks' time there's a home entertainment system.
Nice.
So it's not just about winning money, you could win some prizes as well.
So where do you purchase those tickets? I'm ready.
Good to hear. So all you need to do is go to wolverhamptoncommunitylottery.co.uk. Once you log on there, you can choose a cause, and then you can buy your tickets. And if there's not a cause on there that you feel particular affinity to, you can just support the central fund, we call it, so that money will then be split between lots of causes across the city.
With us is James Clarke from WVCA. We're talking about the new Wolverhampton Community Lottery, and we'll give you some details about that. Now, lotteries, they bring some problems along with them, and some organisations don't believe you should get involved with lotteries for, religious reasons or for people getting addicted to gambling. What's your kind of reaction to that, James?
Yeah, Chris, I mean, this is something that we thought about when we looked at starting this lottery, because obviously we support faith organisations in the city. Obviously no one has to sign up, so it's a choice. But I think this is slightly different in terms of you can see where the money is going. So a player can see where their money is going because they know that 60% in every pound is going directly to a cause. It's then unrestricted funding for the causes, so they can spend the money as they see fit. So we haven't had anyone at the moment say that they don't want to sign up because they're a faith organisation. It's a choice. Obviously, the system that we use and the company that we use to actually run the lottery, it is all governed by the Gambling Commission, so it meets all the government's requirements on gambling aware and things like that. And we talked again about, the risk of gambling addiction. Yeah. And generally speaking, lotteries are considered fairly low risk because you don't have instant gratification. It's not the same as a fruit machine or scratching off your scratch card. So in terms of that, it's a low risk. In addition to that, there is some software built into the website where you buy your tickets, which actually monitors people's buying patterns. So if someone suddenly started buying lots of tickets, that would be flagged up and the customer services team would get in touch, just check in with them and signpost them to where they can find support should they be struggling with addiction.
No, that's absolutely brilliant to hear, because we've learned so much. I think probably we're learning more and more about the kind of support people need around all sorts of addictions, and this is obviously one of them that's on there. And with faith organisations, it's a mixed reaction sometimes. I know, it is. For example, in one mosque, imam might say it's okay because you're going to use it for a good cause. Another one say no, it's wrong because it's because it is gambling, and therefore giving that choice to people is the important thing to give.
It is, and if anyone's got any questions, concerns, they're more than welcome to get in touch and we can talk them through any of the kind of semantics of things and explain it to them.
And you're impressed with the way it's explained online?
It's very transparent. It's very clear, very easy to use. I'm liking it.
And where did you go to find it all out?
I went to wvca.org.uk. And it's all there, right on the front of their website. So do you have the draws every Saturday? Is it every week?
Yeah, so the draw's 8 p.m. every Saturday evening. It's all done online, so unfortunately you don't get to watch me pull balls out of a hat on a live stream. Yeah,
we could have done that where you have a local people. We could have gone and pulled some balls.
I could have been the voice of the lottery. I could have been the Alan Dedicoat with the background.
Yeah, so there's no kind of Terry Wogan or anything like that.
So you'd have to polish your balls, pop them in, and then pull them out. No
such luck this time. So it's all done by an algorithm these days, and the numbers appear on the website, and then if you've bought a ticket, you'll receive an email telling you if you've won.
So nobody turns up at the front door with a big check?
Not at this point, no. I'll have to see we can organise that some. If you win the bonus prize, then at some point we'll need to present it, so you might get a bit of fame when we turn up with that.
Yeah, and just to say, the website, wolverhamptoncommunitylottery.co.uk, find out all about that. Now, organisations, obviously, this is going to support them. So therefore, not just buying tickets to support the organisation. How can organisations get involved? Is it the same kind of route?
It is, so we call them good causes. So all you need to do is go to wolverhamptoncommunitylottery.co.uk, and there's a button on there that says, are you a good cause? If you click on that, it tells you about the breakdown, how it works, and it's really simple. All you need is an email address to sign up. You then create a profile for your organisation on the website, so you get your own web page on the lottery site, which is where your supporters can go to support you. You can put your logo in, a bit of information about your cause, what you're going to do with the money that you raise, and then once you're in there, you have a dashboard and you can see your supporters, you can see what money you've raised, and there's some really good marketing tools in there, because people often ask us, what's the cost? There is no cost. It's completely free for you to sign up and to take part as an organisation. The only cost is a bit of your time, because you need to basically try and tell your supporters about the fact that you win the lottery and encourage them. So in there, the marketing materials, you've got posters, flyers, social media posts. They're all designed for you, so you don't have to faff around creating your own kind of marketing stuff. It's really, really well thought out. So that's a big help. You've got those, then you literally just start putting stuff out there and ask people that are supporting you or following you to support you via the lottery.
That's absolutely incredible for somebody that's, you know, an organisation that maybe hasn't got their fundraising sorted. This is a great place to start, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, I work in communications, so I spend a lot of my time having to make the kind of posters, flyers, social media posts, and it's a time-consuming thing. So for a small voluntary organisation who probably doesn't have a dedicated person doing their communications, it makes it so easy. You can literally just print the posters, stick them on social media. It's all there for you.
That can also be a costly side of kind of running an organisation, whether it's a non-for-profit or whatever. That is amazing that they get all that for free.
Yeah, it's really good. As I say, everything's there. Makes it really easy for you to get the word out. All it will cost you is time. At this point, WVCA, when we signed up to this, we don't take any money either. So that £1, we're not seeing any of that. We're just promoting this as a way to encourage good causes in the city to kind of boost their fundraising with some extra funds that are unrestricted and they can spend how they choose.
Brilliant. So it's wolverhamptoncommunitylottery.co.uk. James, great to see you.
Great to see you guys as well.
We'll catch up on how it goes, you know, because we want to see, you know, how the impact is going to make. But, you know, keeping money in Wolverhampton for Wolverhampton sounds good to me.
Yeah, very good.
Exactly. It sounds perfect.